there are only a few things that every property owner dreads more than this one thing that I'm about to discuss in this video. I would rather have bad tenants, because even though it may take months before you can fling them out, at least you can see a finish line with them. Heck, I would even take the rent a room scheme, living with some dirty tenants, more than this one thing. If you couldn't have guessed by now, a mortgage prison is what I'm on about. There are only a very few things that every property owner dreads more than this one thing I'm about to discuss in this video. To find out more, keep watching this video and also keep an eye out for some of the solutions that I have to suggest. And also, if you guys respect the hustle and what I do, then you know what you have to do. You have to smash that like button, share this video too, and subscribe with notification bell on as well. And for those of you guys that might want a bit of direction, or partner up potentially with someone that has experience in property, then feel free to send me a message using any of the social media links down in the description box below. But back into the topic, what is a mortgage prison? Well, a mortgage prison is where a property owner is financially trapped into paying the mortgage of a property. And for majority of those cases, they are paying extremely high interest rates for those mortgages as well, just to dangle the cherry on top of the cake. And the whole idea behind the entrapment of it is that property owner is kind of forced into a corner. Why? Because they find it extremely challenging to pass on that property to another person. A typical example is when a person overpays for a property, and then what happens? A market crash, which you guys know will make the value of that property go down even further. And now you're in an even bigger pile of mess, because not only have you paid above for the mortgage, but now also your property's gone down in value. So that means that there aren't that many people around, guys, that are willing to overpay for your property just to cover the mistake that you made initially buying. This is a classic case of mortgage prison, because in that scenario, you can see that you're physically cornered. You're forced to keep paying for overpriced property at extremely high interest rates. And unfortunately, that is one of many cases, guys. Another example could be with leases, guys. Leasehold properties. Imagine if you had less than 75 years on that lease, which means any new mortgages that you want to attempt to get on that property, you can literally throw that in the bin, because that property pretty much is unmortgageable. And unfortunately, this has a knock-on effect on your property. Not a good one too. Why? Because the majority of people that buy properties tend to get them with mortgages, guys. So you're already decreasing the size of people that you can sell that property to. That's the first point. And then when you move on to the second point, i.e. they've got to have cash, those cash buyers of properties, you're already decreasing your population size even further. Because not that many property owners would be willing to take on a property that has a relatively short lease on it. It's clear to see there's so many ways to get yourself into a mortgage prison. I find that it normally involves a property owner taking certain measures that they don't really think about in the long term, guys, that will ultimately decrease the amount of attraction towards that property. And unfortunately, this leads to that property owner pricing themselves out of the market to such a stage where they can't remortgage and also they can't sell either. They literally have to keep paying relatively high mortgage rates until they can find a solution. But unfortunately, for a lot of people, that solution doesn't come anytime soon, if at all. But fortunately for you guys, I'm going to discuss some of the solutions available to those in a mortgage prison and also ways to avoid it too. But I'll leave that for my next property video, so make sure to stay tuned. Before I wrap things up, don't forget to support the channel by liking this video, sharing it too, and subscribing with the notification bell on as well. It's your favorite YouTuber, DSL and Finance, sharing my thoughts, my experiences with you guys every other Sunday at 3 p.m. Have a great day, guys. Bye.